at any other floor starting from the first, the probability that all 5 persons leave at different floors is, okay, so my sample space is, each person have 8 options where it can leave the cabin. So each person will have 8 options, 8 into 8 into 8 into 8 into 8, 5 persons हैं यहाँ पे. So total ways in which they can leave is 8 power 5. That's the denominator. And for the numerator part, we are asking all 5 persons leave at different floors. So for in that case, it is same as arranging um, 5 people in 8 seats, basically 8p5. Or if you look at this context, this is same as first choosing the 5 floors जहाँ पे लोग उतरेंगे. Once we choose the 5 floor, we can arrange 5 people there in those 5 floors in 5 factorial ways. So this will be the answer. Any questions? Okay, let's then next one. If the integers m and n are chosen at random between 1 and 100, then the probability that a number of the form 7, okay, it will be 7 power m plus 7 power n is divisible by 5 equals. So you have to choose m and n, two integers from 1 to 100. Then the probability that a number of the form 7 power m plus 7 power n is divisible by 5 equals, most likely आपने इस तरह का सवाल किया होगा. तो quickly give me the answer. क्या होगा? 1 से 100 के बीच में we have to choose m and n. Then the probability that a number of the form 7 power m plus 7 power n is divisible by 5 equals. Okay, let's start then. You can send me the answer in the meanwhile. So 7 power, we have 7 power m and 7 power n, and if the number has, if divisible by 5, then the sum of the numbers should either end with a, the number should either end with a 0 or a 5. तो ये जो भी नंबर आएगा इसके एंड में, सम के एंड में 0 या 5 आना चाहिए. For that we need to see how 7 power m behaves. So 7 power 1 is 7, 7 power 2 ends with 9. I mean 7 power 3 will end with 3, 7 power 4 will end with 1, 7 power 5 will again end with 7, 7 power 6 will end with again 9. So pattern follows. ठीक है. So 1 से 4 जाने पे 7 के एंड में 7 9 3 1 आएगा और इसके एक्स्ट्रा और कुछ नहीं आएगा. ठीक है. So n में आएगा 7 9 3 और 1, and the only way it will be divisible by 5 is when we add numbers with 7 at the end with 3 at the end. 7 plus 3 is 10, or 0 will come at the end, or 9 and 1. ठीक है. So जब हमारे पेयर बनेंगे 7 और 9 के एंड में, सॉरी 7 और 3 के एंड में 7 पावर m should end with 7 and 7 power n should end with 3, और vice versa 7 power m ends with 3 and 7 power n ends with 7, या फिर 9 and 1. सो हमने 100 नंबर्स को 25 के स्लॉट्स में बांटे. 25 नंबर्स विल एंड विद 7, 25 numbers will end with 9, 25 will end with 3, 25 will end with 1. It will 25C1 into 25C1 by choosing two numbers from 100 plus 25C1 into 25C1 by choosing two numbers into 100. अगेन जैसे कि मैंने कहा था कि ये वाला 7 से एंड करे या फिर ये 3 से एंड करे या फिर ये 3 से एंड करे और ये 7 से एंड करे, सेम थिंग है. तो इंटू 2 करेंगे हम, सेम यहाँ पे इंटू 2 करेंगे, ऐड कर लो, आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. एनी क्वेश्चन हियर? Okay, next one. There are 10 prizes, 5 A's, 3 B's, and 2 C's placed in an identical sealed envelopes for the top 10 contestants in a mathematics contest. The prizes are awarded by allowing winners to select an envelope at random from the remaining. When the eighth contestant goes to select the prize, the probability that the remaining three prizes are 1A, 1B, and 1C. Okay, so when eighth नंबर कॉन्टेस्टेंट गोज, तो बेसिकली तीन प्राइज लेफ्ट होंगे 8, 9 और 10th के लिए. तो वी हैव बीन आस्क्ड कि क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी है कि वन ऑफ ए, वन ऑफ बी एंड वन ऑफ सी विल बी लेफ्ट. ओके, दैट मींस 8 से पहले व्हेन 7 प्राइजेस आर कंज्यूम्ड, इट मस्ट कंज्यूम 4 A's, 2 B's and 1 C. That is the meaning, right? So first of all we'll have to choose A का कौन सा वाला बचेगा आखिरी में. So there is 5C1 way of choosing 1A to be left at the end. There is 3C1 way to choose 1B left at the end, and 2C1 way left for choosing 1C to be left at the end. ये हमने चूज कर लिया. बाकी जो रिमेनिंग है उसको हम लोग को 7 प्लेसेस पे अरेंज करना है. So that's basically 7 factorial. बिकॉज 4 A's आर नॉट आइडेंटिकल, ऐसा लिखा हुआ नहीं है कि A's हैं वो सारे आइडेंटिकल हैं, ये भी नहीं लिखा हुआ अपने पास. ठीक है. So this is the way of arranging and ensuring that only 1A, 1B, 1C is left at the end. And what would be the general way of हम लोगों ने सिर्फ शुरू के this is just for the first 7 one. ठीक है. Now what is the general way of arranging 7 prizes in the first 7 slot would be 10P7, right? So it will be 5 into 3 into 2 into 7 factorial upon 10 factorial into 10 minus 7, 3 factorial. 10 into 9 into 8. This is 30. 5. This is 30. 30 by 3. 6 by 3 into 8. 1 by 4. Any questions? Okay, next one then. A and B are two independent events as that PA, PB, PA union B. Okay, it's a pretty easy question. आपको ये फॉर्मूला यूज कर लेना है यहाँ पे. This will be equal to PA into PB given कि independent events है. PA आप यहाँ से निकालोगे 1 minus 0.7 करके, BB यहाँ से निकालोगे and solve करके आप A निकालोगे. Right? Any questions here? The next one then. Any questions? ठीक है. A determinant is chosen at random from the set of all determinant of order 2 with elements 0 and 1 only. A, B, C and D. ठीक है. Okay, determinant, sorry. The elements can either be 0 or 1, then probability that the determinant chosen has the value non-negative. Non-negative matlab it can either be 0 or positive, but not negative. So A की value क्या आएगी? It will be AD minus BC. It has to be non-negative. So basically AD should be more than equal to BC. And all the elements can be 0 or 1. ठीक है? तो क्या क्या चांस है? फिर AD can be, so AD can be 1, case number 1, and BC can be 0. That will do. Second is AD is 1, BC is 1. That also works fine. Equal to 0 हो जाएंगे, चलेगा. Third case is AD is 0, BC is also 0. ठीक है, ये 3 केस होंगे मेरे ख्याल से. Yes. So AD is 0 in how many ways? Both A and D has to be 1. There is no other option. A is 1, D is 1. BC can be 0 in 2 ways. B is 1, C is 0, or B is 0, C is 1. यहाँ तो एक ही ऑप्शन है, सारे के सारे 1 होंगे तभी हो पाएगा, सारे 1. And in this case again we will have A is 0, D is 1, A is 1, D is 0, or both are 0. 3 options for this, same 3 options for this also. तो टोटल कितने हमारे फेवरेबल केस हो जाएंगे? टोटल वी हैव हियर AD can be 1 in 1 way, BC can be 0 in 2 ways. So 1 into 2, 2 ways here. यहाँ पे 1 way, okay. 3 ways for part 1 also. BC being 0. One sec. BC being, okay, yes, BC can be 0 by B is 0 and C is 0. Perfect. हाँ, तो AD के 1 होने का एक तरीका और BC के 0 होने का 3 तरीका. ठीक है. So it will be 3 ways. 3 ways for part 1, case 1. Case 2 only 1 way, सबको 1 होना है. And case 3 AD 0, BC 0. This will be 3 into 3 way, 9. Total favorable way is 13. And possible कितने आउटपुट होंगे? A can be 0 or 1, B can be 0 or 1, C can be 0 1, D can be 0 1. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 16. तो सैंपल स्पेस 16 का है, फेवरेबल 13 है हमारे पास. आंसर विल बी 13 by 16. Any questions? Okay, next one then. A license plate is 3 numbers followed by 3 digits. If all possible license plates are equal, likely the probability that a plate has either a seven letter palindrome or a digit palindrome. Okay. So how can we do that? So 3 alphabets होंगे and 3 digits. Okay. For a palindrome, it necessarily means reverse में लिखने पे भी वो identical आता है. It's like A B A is a palindrome. Reverse लिखने पे भी ये A B A ही बनेगा. Something like that. So for a 3-letter palindrome, will need 2 alphabets. So 26C2. तो हमने पहले 3 प्लेस भरने के लिए we need 2 alphabets because palindrome है तो फर्स्ट और लास्ट सेम आएगा उसका. ठीक है. नाउ अगर हमने 2 अल्फाबेट्स चुन लिए तो पैलिंड्रोम बनाने के 2 तरीके होंगे इसमें से. सपोज मैंने चुना डी और जे, इट कैन बी डी जे डी और जे डी जे. So for every 2 pair of the alphabet I have chosen, there are 2 ways to form a palindrome. So 26C2 into 2. Now for the 3 numbers or the digits, again we need a palindrome here. So we'll choose 2 digits out of 10 digits. 10C2. इसमें 2 तरीके होंगे बनाने के. Upon Total ways of filling the space would be how much? तीन भरना है 26 अल्फाबेट से भरना है तीन स्पेस 26 P3 into 10 P3, right? This will be your answer. Any questions? Okay. So it needs either a letter palindrome or a digit palindrome or both. तो ठीक है, थोड़ा change होगा ये. So this is the case when both there is a letter palindrome and a digital palindrome. So this is when both दोनों हो रहे हैं. Okay. This is for both the case when both there is a letter palindrome and a digit palindrome. Slight change here. Yes, Parth. All alphabets or all numbers being same should be counted as a palindrome in this case. So for the letter palindrome, it's either choosing two out of them into two ways. This is just for the letter palindrome, or choosing all of them as same. Technically है तो palindrome ही ना. And for digit palindrome, it will be again same 26 10 C2 into 2 plus 10 C1. So we'll have to find total number of cases as only digit palindrome, and the alphabets can be arranged in 10p3 fashion plus this palindrome 10c2 into 2 plus 10c1, and the alphabets can be arranged in their own fashion, minus the cases when they're both are having the palindrome. दोनों में palindrome हो रहा है, तो इसका product 26c2 into 2 plus 26c1 into 10c2 into 2 plus 10c1. This would be a total favorable case upon 10p3 into into 26p3 into 10p3. Yes, Parth, any questions here? Okay, then moving on. Two cubes have their face painted either red or blue. The first cube has 5 red faces and 1 blue face. First one has 5 red and 1 blue, and second one is not sure, not given. So let okay. When the two cubes are rolled simultaneously, the probability that the two top faces show the same color is half. Number of red faces on the second cube. Okay. So let the red faces be x, then blue faces will be 6 minus x. No, part is for the denominator in the previous question is part correct. The denominator will not be 26p3 into 10p3. In fact, it will be 26 cube into 10 cube. Right, Parth? Because repetition हो सकता है वहाँ पे. Repetition हो सकता है. तो yes, it will be 26 cube into 10 cube. Okay, so now we have one cube which has 5 red and 1 blue ball, and x red and s6 minus x blue ball. And when we roll them simultaneously, the probability that two top faces show same color is half. So if they show red, then it will be 5 by 6 from the first cube and x by 6 from the second one, plus if they show blue, it will be 1 by 6 into 6 minus x by 6, and that sums up to half. So basically 5x plus 6 minus x by 36 is half. 4x plus 6 would be 18. 4x is 12. X is 3. Any questions? So the next one then. A is one of the 6 horses entered for a race and is to be ridden by one of the two jockeys, B or C. It is 2 to 1 that B rides A, in which case all the horses are equally likely to win. If C rides A, his chance is tripled, then the odds against his winning. Okay, the first of all, odds against means his winning. So which means he loses upon he wins. And I think his here refers to the horse, not one of the persons. So that is the meaning of odd against. Lose by win का ratio. ठीक है? So we'll have to find the chances that the horse wins. So the jockey B is chosen, the probability is 2 by 3. So if jockey B is chosen, then his chances of winning are equal likely, which means 1 by 6. So B is chosen and the horse A wins is 2 by 3 into 1 by 6. Plus jockey C is chosen, that is 1 by 3, and his chance of winning triples. So 1 by 6 into 3 is half. So when jockey B C is chosen, that is 1 by 3, his chance becomes half. That is the total probability of his winning. So 1 by 9 plus 1 by 6, 5 by 18 is the probability that he wins. So he loses 1 minus 5 by 18 is 13 by 18. So odd against would be 13 by 18 by 5 by 18. 13 upon 5. Any questions? lot A consists of three good and acha, three G for these stats are for good and D for defective. So lot A contains three good and two defective articles. Lot B consists of four good and one defective article. New lot C is formed by taking three articles from A and two from B. The probability that an article is chosen at random from C is defective. Okay. So C A contains 3G, 2D, B consists of 4G, 1D, and C would be total of five articles. Three from A से आएगा और B से आएगा, and two from B. So from A, total ways of getting articles is three good, two good, one defective, one good, two defective. And from B, two good, one defective, and okay, that's the case. So total ways of getting three good and two is first case क्या हो जाएगा 3C3 into 4C2 upon 3C2 into 2C1 into 4C1 into 1C1 for one defective from here. The last one would be one good from the so 3C1 into 2C2. Total ways of getting the content. और इसमें से फर्स्ट वाले केस में गेटिंग अ डिफेक्टिव प्रॉपर्टी क्या हो जाएगा 0 because all are good, 3 good, 2 good, all are good. So probability of getting a defective is 0 here. In this case, probability of getting a defective would be 2C1 by 5C1, and in this case it will be okay 3 here, total 5 बनने चाहिए थे ना. Wait, total 5 articles बनने हैं. So total number of articles to be selected is 5 and A से 3 चुनने के reasons total ways हैं 3 good, 2 good, 1 bad and 1 good and 2 bad. And B से चुनने के reasons है 2 good है और 1 good, 1 bad है. Total 5 तो यहाँ भी cross होगा. We'll have cross here as well because it can be 3 good from here and 1 good and 1 bad from here. Similarly ये तो total number of choosing जो हो जाएगा that would be slightly more longer. So this is how he will choose three articles, three items from articles from A lot, and this is how he'll choose two articles from lot B. Okay. Total ways of choosing 5 articles would be product of these two. So it will be 3 good चुनने के तरीके हो जाएंगे 3C3 plus 2 good 1 defective चुनने के तरीके हो जाएंगे 3C2 2C1 plus 3C1 2C2 into 4C2 plus 4C1 into 1C1. This is the total ways of choosing 5 articles for C. दैट वुड बी योर डिनोमिनेटर। इतने वेज होंगे लॉट सी के फॉर्म होने का। एंड फेवरेबल क्या होगा? सो 3 गुड फ्रॉम हेयर एंड 2 गुड फ्रॉम हेयर, तो कितने बनेंगे? अगर मैं ये देखता हूँ तो 3 गुड फ्रॉम हेयर एंड 2 गुड फ्रॉम हेयर, इट विल बी 3C3 4C2 वाले ग्रुप में, तो इट विल बी 3C3 इंटू 4C2 इंटू 0, और वी कैन राइट सैंपल स्पेस ये है, और न्यूमरेटर में क्या आएगा? फेवरेबल क्या क्या आ जाएंगे हमारे पास? 0C0, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक भी नहीं है इस वाले केस में। इस वाले केस में क्या हो जाएगा? 4 गुड और 1 डिफेक्टिव है, इट विल बी 1C1 प्लस 2 गुड 1 डिफेक्टिव एंड 2 गुड, अगेन 1C1 प्लस इस वाले केस में 2C1 plus again this into this 2C1 plus 3C1. So फेवरेबल कितने जाएंगे? 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 6 9 10, 10 फेवरेबल है, और बाकी हमारा सैंपल स्पेस हो गया यहाँ पे। एनी क्वेश्चन एनीवन? तो पहले हम लोग लॉट सी कैसे बनेगा उसके तरीके निकालेंगे। वंस वी गेट द नंबर ऑफ वेज कि लॉट सी बनना कैसे है, वो निकालने के बाद हम लोग उस लॉट में से हमारे फेवरेबल कितने होंगे वो निकालेंगे हम लोग। ठीक है। A and B each have a bag that contains one ball of each of the color blue, green, orange, red, and violet. A randomly selects one ball from his bag and puts it into bag B's bag. Then randomly selects one ball from his bag and puts into A's bag. The probability that after this process the contents of the two bags are the same is, okay. So A के बैग में ब्लू है, ग्रीन है, ऑरेंज, रेड एंड वायलेट, और सेम यहाँ भी है। तो इट सेज आफ्टर, प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है कि आफ्टर द प्रोसेस इज कंप्लीटेड, ए ट्रांसफर्स टू बी एंड देन बी ट्रांसफर्स टू ए, कंटेंट ऑफ बोथ द bags are same. So let us suppose A transfers a blue ball to bag B. ठीक है, तो ब्लू चुनने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या थी? 1C1 बाई 5C1। So now B has two blue balls and one of each green, orange, red, and violet. Now, if the content of both the bags has to be same, then B has to transfer back the blue ball. Not necessarily the same one, but one of the blue balls. So it will be 2C1 अपॉन, नाउ इट हैज 6 बॉल्स बेसिकली, ठीक है ना, 6 बॉल आ गए यहाँ पे, उसमें से एक ब्लू उसको ट्रांसफर करना ताकि कंटेंट सेम बना रहे। 2C1 बाई 6C1, ठीक है, एंड दैट विल हैपन फॉर लाइक हाउ मेनी टाइम्स? इट इज ट्रू फॉर 1 2 3 4 5, ऑल द 5 सबके लिए ट्रू है ये। So into 5 basically, so it will be 1 by 5 into 2 by 6 into 5, 1 by 3. Any questions? Okay, next one then. A ball has six red marbles and three green marbles. The probability that a blindfolded person will draw a red marble on the second draw from the ball without replacing the marble from the first draw. ओके, सो रिप्लेसमेंट्स नहीं हो रहे और हमें सेकंड ड्रॉ में रेड मार्बल चाहिए. तो देयर इज टू केसेस फॉर दैट. फर्स्ट ड्रॉ में भी रेड मार्बल हो, सेकंड में भी रेड हो, एंड फर्स्ट में ग्रीन हुआ है और सेकंड में भी रेड हो. तो फर्स्ट ड्रॉ में भी अगर रेड मार्बल है तो क्या प्रोबेबिलिटी रही होगी निकालने की उसकी? 6C1/9C1. रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं हो रहा तो सेकंड ड्रॉ में रेड निकालने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या हो जाएगी? 5C1/8C1 प्लस फर्स्ट ड्रॉ में ग्रीन निकाला गया था 3C1/9C1 into second draw में red 6C1/8C1. That is 6 into 5 30/72 plus 18/72. That's 48/72. Any questions here? Two cards are drawn from a well shuffled pack of 52 playing cards one by one. If A, the event that the second card drawn is an ace, and B, the event that the first card drawn is an ace, which of the following is true? Okay, give me the answer, quick, all of you. Okay, we have different answers A and B. So first draw, what is the probability that the first draw is an ace? Okay, so PB will be 4C1/52C1, right? First draw being an ace is this. Now, second draw एस की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होगी? इसमें दो केस है, फर्स्ट ड्रॉ एस हो और सेकंड ड्रॉ भी एस हो, प्लस फर्स्ट ड्रॉ एस ना हो और सेकंड ड्रॉ एस हो. तो दोनों निकालने के हम लोग यहाँ पे. तो फर्स्ट ड्रॉ इज एस एंड एस प्लस नॉट एस एंड एस. तो ये हो जाएगा 4C1, 1/1 है ना, तो 4C1/52C1 into 3C1/51C1 plus not ace would be 48C1/52C1 into 4C1/51C1. That is equal to 12/52 into 51 plus 48 into 4 upon 52 into 51. This will be 1 by 13 into 17 plus 16 by 13 into 17, which is 17 by 13 into 17, 1 by 30. So PA and PB both will be 1 by 13 each. Good part. Nishay, got the answer? Yes, no, maybe? What is the difference between 1 by 1 and together? So when we say 1 by 1 draw कर रहे हैं, तो suppose मुझे दो कार्ड draw करना है, यस, ठीक है, out of 52. So I'll say 52C1 into 51C1, ठीक है, that's 1 by 1. और अगर साथ में ड्रॉ करने हैं तो 52C2. एंड थियोरेटिकली इसका मतलब क्या, थियोरेटिकली इसका अंतर ये होता है, इफ एनीबॉडी वांट्स टू नो, थियोरेटिकली द डिफरेंस इज here in 1 by 1 wala case, each card gets two chances to get, it will be taken into consideration twice. देखिए 52C2 में क्या होता है, will form pairs of two and then choose one of them, ठीक है. So be 52 into 51 and this will be somewhere around 52 into 51 upon 2. One by one means second card will depend on the first card? No. It just mean those cards which did not get selected in the first turn will get another chance to get chosen. और डिपेंड इस तरह से करेगा कि जो कार्ड फर्स्ट वाले में चला गया है वो सेकंड वाले में कंसिडरेशन में नहीं आएगा. दैट इज द मीनिंग, ठीक है. An urn contains m white and n black balls. All the balls except for one ball are drawn from it. The probability that the last ball remaining in the urn is white. ओके, तो एक अर्न में m white और n black balls से सारे बॉल निकाल लिए गए एक बॉल को छोड़ के. So what is the probability that the last ball remaining in the urn is white? Okay, so last ball has to remain and that has to be white is, तो उसके पहले जितने बॉल सिलेक्ट किए गए होंगे, जितने बॉल ड्रॉ किए गए होंगे, it would be m c m-1, m में से m-1 बॉल्स और n में से सारे बॉल्स. टोटल बॉल कितने ड्रॉ किए गए होंगे, टोटल बॉल्स m प्लस n है, तो मतलब m प्लस n-1 बॉल्स ड्रॉ कर लिए गए हैं. तो उसमें से m-1 बॉल्स होंगे व्हाइट क्योंकि एक रहना है इसको, और n सारे के सारे ब्लैक बॉल ले लिए गए. सैंपल स्पेस में क्या आएगा, m प्लस n बॉल में से m प्लस n-1 सेलेक्ट कर लेना क्योंकि एक ही बचा है सर. तो if you solve it, we'll get mc m-1 is m, ncn is 1, by this will be m plus n. So m by m plus 1 is the answer. Any questions here? Okay, next one then. Three numbers are chosen at random without replacement. Without replacement. So once number one chosen is not replaced back, three numbers are chosen at random without replacement from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The probability that the minimum of the chosen numbers is 3 or the maximum is 7 is. Okay. So minimum number या तो 3 हो या फिर maximum number जो draw हो वो 7 हो. And in some case दोनों होगा तो भी चलेगा. That both, if both happen then it's okay. So first we'll find the cases where minimum chosen is 3. Minimum is 3. So one of the three numbers chosen will be 3. Okay? One of the three numbers chosen will be 3. Now the remaining two numbers, once minimum number is 3, then the remaining two numbers can be anything from 4 to 10. The remaining two numbers can be anything from 7C2. One number has to be 3. The remaining numbers can be 7C2, chosen in 7C2 ways. And next case is max is 7. Max is 7 के केस में क्या होगा? One number has to be 7 and the other numbers can be from 1 to 6. 6C2. And the third case is min is 3 and max is 7. So one number has to be 3, one number has to be 7, and the remaining last one number will be chosen from 4, 5, and 6, 3C1. Okay. And this will obviously include the case where minimum is 3 and maximum is 7. वो वाले case भी आ जाएंगे यहाँ पे. This will obviously include case where maximum is 7 and also minimum is 3. So actually ये वाला केस 2 बार आ चुका है इनके समेशन में. We'll have to subtract it once. Basically हम ये फॉर्मूला लगा रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Minimum is 3 और maximum is 7 is equal to minimum is 3 plus maximum is 7 minus minimum is 3 and maximum is 7. Okay. So ये हो जाएगा 7C2 by choosing 3 numbers 10C3 plus 6C2 by 10C3 minus 3C1 by 10C3. क्या आंसर आएगा चेक कर लो एक बार. It will be 21, 7C2 21 plus 15 minus 3 33 by 10C3 LCM में है तो 10 into 7 into 3 10 into 9 into 8 and this will be 6. 11/40. This is the answer. Any questions? Anyone? Okay. Next one then. Now we'll do some questions on binomials. Let's quickly look at some questions on binomials also. If the coefficient of x power 7 and x power 8 in the expansion of 2 plus x by 3 power n are equal, then the value of n is coefficient of x. General term here would be TR is NCR minus 1, 2 power n minus r plus 1 and x by 3 power r minus 1. Okay. So coefficient of x power 7. X power 7 will happen when r minus 1 is 7, r is 8, 8th term का coefficient, and x power 8 will happen when r minus 1 is 8 or r is 9, so 9th. Their coefficients are equal. So T8 is, except the x wala term because we need the coefficient, is NC7 2 power n minus 8 plus 1 n minus 7 into 1 by 3 power 7. And T9 would be NC8 2 power n minus 8 and 1 by 3 power 8, and they are equal. So if you solve it, it will be n ka factorial by 7 n minus 7 2 power n minus 7 upon 3 power 7 is equal to n by 8 n minus 8 2 power n minus 8 by 3 power 8. Cancel it, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा यहाँ से. As simple as that. This will cancel, 3 will remain here, and this will cancel, 2 will remain here, 8 will remain here, and n minus 7 will remain here. So it will be basically 2 upon n minus 7 is equal to, okay, 1 by 24. So n minus 7 is 48, n is 55. Any questions? To the next one then. Sum of the binomial coefficients of 2x plus 1 by x power n is equal to 256. Okay. The constant term in the expansion is, so 2x plus 1 by x power n का जो जनरल एक्सप्रेशन होगा वो हो जाएगा n c0 2x power n plus n c1 2x power n minus 1 into 1 by x plus n c2 2x power n minus 2 by 1 x square. Last term is ncn 1 by x power n. And the sum of the binomial coefficient would be, okay, so it says just the binomial coefficient sum, so it will be 2 power n is 256, so n is equal to 8, right? It does not say the coefficient of the expansion, तो उसमें 2 की पावर भी आती है, ये सारे टर्म आते हैं. It just says nc0 plus nc1 plus nc2 up to ncn. So nc0 plus nc1 up to ncn is 256, or 2 power n is 256. So n is 8 here. तो हमें n मिल गया 8. ठीक है? So the constant term would be a term which is independent of x. So let the general term be ncr minus 1 1 by x power r minus 1 and 2x power n minus r plus 1. And for the term to be independent of n is 8 here, by the way, so let's keep it 8. So the independent term would be when x का coefficient 8 minus r plus 1 is equal to x का coefficient r minus 1 के बराबर होगा. ठीक है, तो it will be 10 is equal to 2r or r is equal to 5. Fifth term is 8 minus 5, 3 plus 1, 4, and yes, okay. So fifth term is a term which is independent of x, and the value of the fifth term would be 8c4 into 2 power 4. This is the answer you're looking for. Any questions here? I think the slight trick that you can say here is sum of the binomial coefficient लिखा हुआ है and not the sum of the coefficient of this expansion. So technically what would have thought is कि let's put x is equal to 1 and then get the value of n. That would have been true if it was sum of the coefficient, not the binomial coefficients. So this is the answer. Any questions, anyone? You ask me. Okay, next one then. The sum of the coefficients, again, see, the sum of the coefficients, not the binomial coefficients. The sum of the coefficients of the expansion of 1 minus 2x plus 5x square power n is a, and the sum of the coefficients in the expansion of 1 plus x power 2n is b. सो अगर इसके कोफिशिएंट का सम बोल रहा है तो विल पुट x इज इक्वल टू 1, तो इसके एक्सपेंशन में सारे के सारे x गायब हो जाएंगे एंड जस्ट द कोफिशिएंट का सम मिल जाएगा हमें डायरेक्टली. तो पुट x is equal to 1 to get the sum of the coefficient, and we get 1 minus 2 plus 5 power n, which is 4 power n is equal to a. And for the next one, again sum of the coefficient के लिए put x is equal to 1, the coefficient का sum हो जाएगा 2 की power 2n, which is equal to b. This is equal to 4 power n. So technically a is equal to b. Easy one. Any questions? Okay, next one. Given that the term of the expansion x power 1 by 3 minus x power minus half power 15, which does not contain x, is 5m, where m is a natural number, then m is equal to, okay, so n is 15 and terms are x power 1 by 3 minus x power minus half, which does not contain x, so independent of x. So general term क्या हो जाएगा इसका? 15c r minus 1 x minus x power minus half r minus 1 and x power 1 by 3 16 minus r. The term which does not contain x would be, so basically x की power क्या आएगी? 15c r minus 1 minus 1 power r minus 1 and x power would be 6 minus r by 3 minus r minus 1 by 2. So 6 minus r by 3 minus r minus 1 by 2 is so minus 1 power r minus 1 15c r minus 1 into x power 15 minus 5r by 6, and it has to be independent of x, so 15 minus 5r has to be 0, so r has to be 3. Then the term would be 15c2 minus 1 power 2, positive number. 15c2 is the answer. So 15c2 would be 15 into 14 by 2, 15 into 7. It is 5m, so it is 5 into 3 into 7, 5 into 21. M is 21. Okay. None of the answers matches. Is there a double answer here? Okay, I think the answer will be none then in that case. Any questions, any doubts? Okay, next one then. The expression 1 by root 4x plus 1 into 1 plus root 4x plus 1 by 2 minus 1 minus root 4x plus 1 by 2 power 7 दोनों में है, is a polynomial in x of degree. Okay, simply expand करके हम लोग चेक कर सकते हैं. So let's call the terms as half plus root 4x plus 1 by 2 and half minus root 4x plus 1 by 2. The expansion will be 7c0 plus 7c1 root 4x plus 1 by 2 plus 7c2 root 4x plus 1 by 2 whole square up to 7c7 root 4x plus 1 by 2 whole power 7 minus 7c0 minus 7c1 root 4x plus 1 by 2 plus 7c2 root 4x plus 1 by 2 whole square, and so on. So the odd coefficient terms will remain and the even one will cancel out. Okay? So the terms which will remain is 7c0 will cancel out 7c0, 7c1 minus minus so plus हो जाएगा ये, 7c2 will cancel out. So what will remain is 1 by root 4x plus 1 twice of 7c1 root 4x plus 1 by 2 plus 7c3 root 4x plus 1 by 2 whole cube up to last term 7c7 root 4x plus 1 by 2 whole power. Okay. Okay, it will be half, na? Okay, take it. It will be half power 7. I thought it is 1. It will be half power 6, half power 5 in all the terms. Yes. Half power 7 here. And similarly, half power 6 here. Take it. So we'll have to insert the, it will be half power 6, then half power 3 make 4 and so on. Okay. And one of the roots will one of the root 4x plus 1 will cancel out in the terms. यहाँ पे ये कैंसिल होगा, यहाँ से यहाँ पे क्यूब है तो स्क्वायर आ जाएगा, नीचे में 2 क्यूब रहेगा, ऊपर में स्क्वायर आ जाएगा, तो ये इट विल बी अ प्रॉपर रूट 4x plus 1 का स्क्वायर बन जाएगा. इट विल बी अ प्रॉपर पॉलिनोमियल. अगेन यहाँ पे क्यूब है तो एक चला जाएगा यहाँ से, 1 3 and 5 यहाँ पे आएगा. So the last term would be power 7, right? Half power 0 and this power 7. तो ये अगर जाएगा तो इट विल बी 6. और मुझे अगर चाहिए पॉलिनोमियल की डिग्री क्या होगी, दैट विल बी डिसाइडेड बाय द हाईएस्ट टर्म. तो रूट 4x plus 1 पावर 6 की जो डिग्री आएगी वही इस पॉलिनोमियल की डिग्री होगी. तो टेक्निकली ये हो जाएगा 4x plus 1 होल क्यूब. इसकी डिग्री आएगी 3. तो 3 विल बी द आंसर, राइट? Degree will be decided by the highest term. And the highest term here is root 4x plus 1 power 6, which is 4x plus 1 whole cube. So the degree will be 3 here. Any questions? Okay, next one then. In the binomial 2 power 1 by 3 plus 3 power minus 1 by 3, okay, I suppose this is power n. If the ratio of the seventh term from the beginning of the expansion to the seventh term from its end is 1 by 6, then n is equal to, okay, तो पूरे पूरे टर्म का रेशियो निकाल. तो seven term from the beginning would be t7 is nc6 2 power 1 by 3 power n minus 6 and 3 power minus 1 by 3 power 6. That's the seventh term from the beginning. Now seventh term from the end निकालने के लिए what we can do is we can just reverse the binomial. It can be 3 minus 1 by 3 plus 2 power 1 by 3 power n. So seventh term from the beginning or end of this is seventh term from the start of this. So seventh term from the start of this would be t7 is nc6 3 power minus 1 by 3 power n minus 6 and 2 power 1 by 3 6, and the ratio is 1 by 6. So technically n c6 2 power n minus 6 by 3 into 3 power minus 2 by n c6 3 power minus n minus 6 by 3 into 2 power 2 is 1 by 6. So 2 की पावर जो आएगी यहाँ पे, that will be n by 3 minus 2, so n by 3 minus 4 or n minus 12 by 3, और 3 की पावर जो नीचे आएगी, if I can write that, ऊपर ही लेते इसको, तो 3 पावर will be minus 2 plus n minus 6 by 3, पावर ऊपर आके प्लस हो जाएगा, तो it will be n minus 6 by 3 minus 2 which is n minus 6 by 3 n minus 12 by 3, ये भी आएगा n minus 12 by 3 which is equal to 6 power minus 1. So this is 6 power n minus 12 by 3 is 6 power minus 1. So n minus 12 by 3 is minus 1, n minus 12 is minus 3, n is equal to 12 minus 3, 9. So just by comparing, we can get the value n is equal to 9. Any questions? So the main concept which you already know possibly is 7 term from the end technically means we can reverse the terms with the sign. अगर यहाँ पे minus होता तो minus sign यहाँ लेके आते. Had it been minus 3 power minus 1 by 3, you would have taken minus 3 power minus 1 by 3 plus 2 power 1 by 3. ठीक है? So if we reverse it, then reverse it with the sign, and then you can find the 7 term from the start by using the same formula. Okay, next one then. The term independent of x in the product 4 plus x plus 7x square into x minus 3 by x power 11 is, how to do it? Again, you can say term independent of x in the product would be, so if you multiply with each of the terms, we'll get 4 into x minus 3 by x power 11 plus x into x minus 3 by x power 11 plus 7x square into x minus 3 by x power 11. ठीक है? So we need constant term here because independent of x के लिए constant term चाहिए होगा. Constant term from here, इसमें से वो मल्टीप्लाई हो जाएगा 4 के साथ, and that will be the independent term. From here I need x power 1 by x वाला term because 1 by x into x will give me constant term. 1 by x वाला term from here, and from here I need 1 by x square वाला term because 1 by x square into x square will be independent term. Yes, सबको ऐड कर देंगे, you'll get the term. Any questions? Anyone? Any questions? Okay. If A be the sum of the odd terms and B be the sum of the even terms in the expansion of 1 plus x power n, the sum of odd terms here would be 1 plus x power n is nc0 plus nc1x plus nc2x square ncn if A is the sum of the odd terms and B is the sum of the even terms in the expansion of okay, so it means A is terms या फिर coefficients, it says terms, it will be nc0 plus odd terms with the first term and the third term and like that, nc0 plus nc2 x square plus nc4 x4 and so on, and b is equal to nc1 plus nc3 x cube plus nc5 x5 and so on. Okay, it is 1 minus x square power n. Okay, okay, got it. So we will find, so 1 plus x power n can be written as a plus b, and 1 minus x power n can be written as odd terms. It will be nc0 minus nc1x plus nc2x square minus nc3x cube and so on. So sum of even terms is 0. It will be 1 minus x power n. So 1 plus x power n can be written as a plus b, and 1 minus x power n can be written as nc0 wala term is a minus b, and if you multiply them we'll get 1 minus x square power n is equal to a square minus b square. It's x square, right? Yes, x square a. 1 minus x square power n was written here. It is 1 minus x square power n. So if I multiply both of them, we'll get 1 minus x square power n, which will be equal to a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square. Okay, Tareen, got it? Okay, moving on. The sum of the coefficients of all the even powers of x in the expansion of 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, okay, of the even powers of x. So technically we can write 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 power 11 as, let's say, a naught plus a1x plus a2x square. Highest term would be x power 22 up to a22 x power 22. So if we put x as 1, we'll get 2 minus 3 plus 1, 0. So 0 is a naught plus x as 1, a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 up to a22. And put x as minus 1, we'll get 2 plus 3 plus 1, 6 power 11 is a naught minus a1 plus a2 minus a3 up to a22 plus. Add them both, we'll get 6 power 11 is twice of a naught plus a2 up to a22. a0, a2 are the terms with even power of x. So their sum will be equal to 6 power 11 by 2. So we'll take out 6 from there, which is 2 into 3 into 6 power 10 by 2. So the answer is 3 into 6 power 10. This is the answer. Any questions? The greatest term in the expansion of 2x plus 5y power 13 when x is 10, y is 2 is? How to do it? For the greatest term, we use the concept that tr plus 1 or tr by tr minus 1 is more than equal to 1. And the first r which satisfies this condition would be the number of term which would be greatest term in terms of numerical value, not the plus minus sign. So tr would be 13cr minus 1 into 2x power 14 minus r into 5y power r minus 1 upon 13c r minus 2, 2x power 15 minus r and 5y power r minus 2. It has to be more than equal to 1. So 2x will remain here and 5y will remain here, and this will reduce to 13 by r minus 1 into 14 minus r into r minus 2 into 15 minus r upon 30. So it will be r minus 1 here and 15 minus r here. So the ratio will be equal to 15 minus r by r minus 1 times 5y by 2x more than equal to 1. And let's put the value of 5y and 2x here. So y is 2, this will be 10, and x is 10, this will be 20. This will be 10 by 20 or half. So 15 minus r by 2r minus 2 is more than equal to 1, or 15 minus r is more than equal to 2r minus 2. 17 is more than equal to 3r, or r is less than equal to 17 by 3. So the first r will be equal to, r should be less than 5 point something, 5.66 something. So r should be equal to 5. Though the greatest term will be t5. So the value of t5 is equal to 13c4 into 2 into x is 10. 2 into 10 power 14 minus r is 9, and 5y. 5 into y is 10. Again 10. 10 power 4. So 13c4 into 20 power 9 into 10 power 4. This is the answer. Any questions? Okay, so we'll stop here and we'll meet next week. Okay. Thank you very much.